On this week's episode, our special guest is Hollywood royalty Randal Kleiser, the director of Grease, Flight of the Navigator, and so many more. We're going to talk about movies, about the end of the world. We're going to have our top 5 A's sex comedies, and we're going to figure out where the fuck in the world is Ben, because he's not here, and he's going to join me there. Stick around. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Good Movie Monday. Of course, we are the podcast dedicated to nerdy cinematic ramblings. We've entered that weird phase of the year where our trusty co-host is somewhere on the other side of the world gallivanting without me. And that means before we do anything else, including the formal introductions, we must cue a new segue. Where in the fuck is Ben? Yep, I'm Glenn Cochran, and coming to you from elsewhere in the world is our beloved Ben Helwig. Hey mate, how are you?
I'm very good. It's currently 6:13 a.m. in Cannes.
Oh, you're in Cannes?
France. I'm in Cannes.
That answers that question.
That answers that question at the Cannes International Film Festival.
Well, you mean
and the Marché de Film.
It's only, 1 week into your trip and you are missed already, my friend.
I tell you what, I regret everything. I totally overplanned my vacation plans. So I got into Frankfurt Airport at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 29 hours after I'd left home, and that immediately was supposed to lead into a 4 or 5 hour train ride to Nordlingen, which is where I was staying first, and the whole thing got derailed immediately by the new German border force protocols. So I was stuck in the airport for 3 hours. By the time I got to Nordlingen, it was like, I think the hotel check-in closed at 10 o'clock. I got there at 9:45. The woman was at the front smoking a cigarette waiting for me because I was frantically messaging her on booking.com going, please let me in. And that has been the story the entire way here. But Cannes has been fantastic. Cannes is the first place I've stayed for more than a night, and it's been great. I'm staying in this great apartment, which admittedly the apartment is quite small, but the terraced area outside is fucking huge and amazing, and that's where I'm coming to you right now. It is freezing. But I'm loving it.
Before we hit record, Ben said, "I'm not wearing pants."
Yeah.
And I'm cold.
No, I'm freezing cold. I'm not wearing. Completely pantsless. I've shriveled up like an almond, like a roasted almond.
I saw that old mate Stu Simpson's over there at the moment. I saw that Dave Franco's in town. I haven't seen Dave Franco. I have seen Stu Simpson. I've also seen Kate from Myth is here. I've run into David Gregory, the owner of Severin Entertainment. I've run into Moosh Phillips. Do you remember Moosh, Australian actress? She was in Home and Away and stuff. That's right.
I ran into her. She's over here doing stuff. I also got to meet, and I've got to go over and see his name, Cole Needham. I met him at a party last night, and Cole Needham is the man who founded IMDb.
Holy
who
shit.
Started IMDb. So I've met movie royalty.
That's incredible. I mean, half your luck. Bloody
fantastic.
Hell. Schmoozing and whining and dining and networking. And I did see, just for the sake of the people that are listening and to give me an excuse to put some photos on the screen, you did visit the Matterhorn last week. I
did.
You visited...
Climbed up the Matterhorn.
You've been to a Macca's? Hang on. Take that back.
Been to a lot of...
You climbed up the Matterhorn.
Well, by climbed, I mean I walked from cable car to cable car.
This is no third man on the mountain business.
No, certainly not. Look, I tell you what, it was a struggle. The two things that I've struggled with the most so far are mild inclines in terms of hills. Like they're not even it's not even that bad, but the from the train station in Zermatt in Switzerland to get to the Zermatt Youth Hostel, which is where I was staying there, it almost gave me a heart attack. Then that's just like a 20 meter, 30 meter incline and a flight of stairs. The walk to I'm gonna butcher this. There's two castles. There's Hongschau and Neuschwanstein Castle in Fussen in Germany. I've butchered those names horribly, but they're the Neuschwanstein is the kind of Disney castle.
Yep.
It's a 200 meter. It's a 200 meter vertical kind of incline to get up there, and there's a road that you can take, and then there is a second a path through the kind of through the wilderness. There's a walking track that goes up to the Marienbrook Bridge, or the Maria Brook Bridge, which is where you get the best views of the castle. Which, of course, when I went up there, and I did take a couple of photos from there, but it was totally fogged over. But that is even worse. And I literally walking up the road. I was passed by geriatric senior citizens who did it twice the speed I was doing it. I had to stop and pretend and look, squirrel, like every 10 meters to give myself an excuse to catch my breath.
Also, there's a reason they call them youth hostels, mate. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah, fucking hell! I was the oldest person there, the oldest man there. Like there were people there with adult children that were younger than me.
So yeah, thank you for providing some photos just to make this even more interesting for people that are watching. Which leads me.
I'll try and send you.
Yeah.
I'll try and send you. No guarantees. We'll see how the show goes, but I'll strap on my my DJI little chest cam thing and take you and give you some footage of a walkthrough of the marché of the market.
Nice.
Which is very rare. You don't see too much on. I haven't seen it on YouTube or anything. I'm sure now that I've said that, it'll be everywhere.
Well, I mean, also if it doesn't end up making it into this episode, which we'll try our best to, then we can always do it on next week's.
We'll just drop it on the socials. But it's a fascinating, because it really is just a trade show.
Yeah.
So
cool.
And it's like the posters and stuff are phenomenal, but it's great.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
I'll record a little walkthrough there for everyone to see.
Cool. Well, I guess we're about 10 minutes into it. I should do the socials. Don't forget, everybody should go to goodmoviemonday.com and from there click through to our socials. Give us a like, a share, a comment. Just support us in any way you can. Let's build that community, particularly on Spotify, our new sort of platform, our home, I guess. There's video there. You can comment and you can rate the show, and we do appreciate that. Don't forget, you can buy merch on our website too, so you get t-shirts and mugs and what else you can get there? What's the other thing called? A whiskey glass. So, yeah, show up on Facebook with Good Movie Monday branded all over you. Big thank you also to Ink Food Co. for their support with the hot sauces that really have a punch. inkfoodco.com.au is the place to go. Buy some of those flavors. They're incredible. The hot honey is particularly good. Eclipse Cinema, thank you for their support. eclipse-cinema.com.au. Keep listening. We'll have some giveaways later in the show. And finally, High Smile Toothpaste, the weird and wacky flavors that no one else does. And they're delicious. You could, if you could, you'd eat them. They're yummy.
I was gonna say it's problematic because you do just don't.
Yeah, I know. They taste exactly like they say they will. Banana tastes like Barney banana. Cinnamon donut tastes like cinnamon donut. And weirdly, after you have each one, they leave a tiny bit of sort of minty after freshness, which is really weird. But yeah, so thank you to all of them. This is also
and as has been proven in a previous show, their mouthwash tastes delicious.
It tastes delicious, and it strips your fucking mouth cavity of everything.
We should warn people: do not drink it. I did it, but it's not recommended.
Man, the amount of people that actually thought you drank your backwash on that episode was hilarious.
Yeah.
They did. I got messages.
What do you mean? What do you mean thought? I did.
The messages I got saying, I almost threw up when I saw Ben do that. Pay attention to continuity, people.
Hey. Anything for a like, Glenn.
Yes,
that's
right.
Me.
That's right. Hey, it seems a bit meaningless that I would say I've been to the movies this week because you're practically in the movies this week, Ben. Like you're amongst it. But I have. I
can't begin to tell you how jealous I am of the things that you've seen.
Well, this week
versus the things I've seen.
Well, on last week's show I did the Mortal Kombat thing, so you've missed that boat. But this week I did Finding Emily, the new British rom-com from Working Title, the guys that do all the rom-coms, Bridget Jones and Notting Hill and all that. This is fantastic. This is a really unique one. It's on one hand it's completely formulaic. It's got Angourie Rice and Spike Fern as the leads. It's formulaic on one hand, and on the other hand it's completely unique and different. And it's all about essentially a guy that meets a girl in a nightclub really briefly. They both have an instant connection and she gets yanked away by her friends. And all he gets from her is her first name, Emily. So then he spends the rest of the film trying to track down this Emily. And he starts off by going to university where he thinks she is. And he finds the wrong Emily, which is Angourie Rice. And then she's doing a thesis on romantic attachment. So she thought this is a perfect little case study. And then what happens is she tells him to hack the school system and get all the Emily emails and email to find if one responds. And what he accidentally does is he doesn't do the BCC. He emails it to everybody and it ends up being a massive privacy breach. And you've got all the Emilys on campus up in arms in the university, who's led by Mimi Driver as the dean, who's completely over her students. She fucking hates them. She's like fucking.
I think that's Mini Driver in general in everything now.
But it's a dean that's really fed up with like social justice and that kind of culture. So right. She just can't be bothered with any of it. And the movie kind of has that attitude, which is really cool. But yeah, it's really funny. It's kind of different and highly recommended as a rom-com. I was dreading going into it, and luckily, it was great.
Fantastic.
And this week I'm also off to see Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't really care for this stuff, but I'll be seeing it in a couple of nights the night before release, and I'll report back next week. Yeah.
What's really upset me is that I got the invite for Masters of the Universe today, and I'm like, son of a bitch. It was almost as traumatic as you messaging me the other day saying the hot rods are back in Melbourne for only 30 days, and I will not be there for them.
I know, Masters of the Universe, scary movie, that's coming up. You're not going to be around for these things, which is really sad, mate.
I'm missing it all. Instead, I'm watching, like, admittedly, I have seen some interesting things. I saw the new Ip Man movie has played here at Cannes. I saw the new Becky, the third Becky film. Yeah, this one directed by Jen Wexler, which was I can't remember if it's the Wrath of Becky or the Revenge of Becky.
Got Lulu returning.
Something. Yes. Yes.
Lulu Wilson, I think it is, from EXO. She's doing great.
Yeah. What else have I seen? I saw. Later today, I'm going to see Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, the Gillian Anderson, Hannah, Free Palestine, Urban Eibender movie.
I saw that she was in Cannes.
Which she is in Cannes. She's like, because this year, it's a bit of an interesting year, but thanks to some Trump-style politicking behind the scenes, a lot of the studios have not shown up. Like, there's no big studio premieres. I think it's the first time since 2017 that there's been no studio premieres. There's a couple of like indies, like Miles Teller apparently is here with his new one, and this one, but no studio films. So there's the red card, apart from like Demi Moore, who's the head of the jury this year. It's been very few very few and between.
Is that related to his whole thing? Sightings. His whole thing about pulling funding from productions that go overseas. Is it kind of related to that?
To be honest, I'm not sure. It's because of the trades, the Hollywood Reporter and Variety, usually their stock and trade is paid for ads by the studios. They've got nothing now. Yeah. So a lot of their articles are kind of just, why aren't the studios here?
Well, it makes sense why bloody, like one of them, I think it's Entertainment Weekly, all they've been reporting on all week was the roast of Kevin Hart. And like outraged by all of the jokes. I'm like, it's as if you don't know what a roast is. And this is proof why roasting should never go mainstream.
No, I think maybe they realized that after, I mean, the last couple of years, I know Top Gun was here, Indiana Jones was here, but I think part of it, at least part of what they're releasing, is that it's just, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Does it actually help them? I mean, yes, look, a good glitzy premiere is good, but you can probably get the same bang for your buck in London or without the outrageous Cannes costs.
And I do think too, the public and the consumers are a little bit over just seeing the Ritz of it all. I think, it's sort of rubbing noses in it a little bit, in today's world. It's like, do we really care that all of those famous people with $1 gazillion are there in Cannes, living it up, when we're just going to have to wait for it to hit Hoyts,
Ironically, despite all the stuff, a lot of it too is there's a lot of Russian oligarchs. Like all the mega yachts aren't, Steven Spielberg and Jeff Bezos, they're Russian oligarch and oil barons and stuff. So it's
all right.
It's an interesting thing, but
well, I'm still jealous.
But what else did I've seen a couple of other good horror films. I've seen a couple of bad horror films. There's a lot of sort of high hopes for things that turned out what's her name from Euphoria? Cherry.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? She's a porn star as well, or something.
All porn stars are named Cherry, aren't they?
Yeah, whatever. She's in like 5 films that I've seen.
Is it Cherry Delightful?
Yeah, so far I don't know what Chloe Cherry, I think. Okay. Is it Chloe Cherry? I think. She's pumping out the films at the moment. She's in a bunch.
Wow.
Right. So but I'm looking forward. There's a couple of good. There's a great looking Korean horror film, I think, called Colony, that I'm dying to see. There's a French body horror film that Grant saw last night at the midnight screening. I'm going to go see it on Friday at 9 a.m.
Grant from Monster Pictures.
From Monster Pictures,
everyone.
For it out there who doesn't know, he got the because there's a thing a lot of people don't know about Cannes is that there's 2 screening streams. There's the actual festival, which people line up for, and you have to wear the tuxedo at the event, the red carpet events. And then there's the film market side of it, which is all of the buyers and distributors and sales agents and producers, and they have their own set of screenings.
Yep.
And often the two don't meet. So I can only get into with my badge. I can only get into the market screenings. The way tickets to the proper films is you have to jump on the website at 7 a.m. when you're allotted time, which is decided by the quality of your badge, and my badge is as low as it goes.
Yep.
And you have to try and when I did it yesterday, I got in 6 minutes late. There was only 2 films available by that point. Like, you're kind of on there refreshing, trying to get into things.
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot, so you just don't get to see that much on the official selection.
You've effectively drawn the curtain back and given people a look-see of how it all works, which is great. We should push on, which is weird because for the rest of the show you're here in the studio at the desk with me.
Like I never left.
Yeah, so that's going to be weird for people, except for a bit later in the show when we're back here. Like, how blows the mind. To people listening, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever other than the audio slight difference. No. But before we do push on, just one quick thing. I think the curse of Good Movie Monday has struck again, because later in this show, in a pre-recorded conversation, you and I are going to be talking about Revenge of the Nerds. And just a few days ago, Donald Gibb passed away, age 71. We need to stop talking about anyone on the show now, Ben. Like, let's just try to avoid
anyone
names.
That we like.
Yeah, that's right. So moving forward, if you hear a name, we hate their guts. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Because we've got an interview coming up, and we really like this person. Randal Kleiser is a legend.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. What have you done?
No. We better push on and just quickly get it out of the way.
It's the end of the world, and you know it.
I feel fine.
I feel fine.
There's the Great Big Sea, that Celtic Newfoundland band, do a version of it that's even better.
Really?
Yeah.
Than our version? I don't believe you.
That's true. That's true. All we need is some Screech, cod liver oil, and we'll be.
I reckon we could do a really good job of that. You know, that guy who removes all the background noise and just replaces the singing.
Yeah.
On those TikToks. I reckon we could do
There is a famous
great job
TikTok
of that.
account that does the Aussie version of Songs It's a Female, that does that thing where she takes the music out but sings her really ochre Aussie accent. She's anonymous and she's blown up on TikTok, but I'm a personal friend. I know who she is.
You know who she is.
So suck on that, everybody. And if ever I have a fallout with her, I have something on her. I'll expose you.
It's like you know who Tism is.
Yeah, that's
I know who the guys in Tism are.
Yes.
They're all school teachers from like Baldwin High or whatever the hell it is.
It was Ringwood High, I think.
Was it Ringwood High? Yeah.
That's why Ringwood's drama club or whatever was in that music video. Thunderbirds are coming out or whatever.
What a...
Oh, man. What a tangent right there, right?
Yeah.
What's
Right
the theme?
start.
End of the world. Okay.
The end of the world.
That's how we got
What a
there.
great theme.
It is. The first one that comes to my mind is instantly Deep Impact for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, the two, Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
But
not a
Deep
spoiler. It's like nearly 30 years old, Deep Impact. But the thing I found great about that movie is usually there's like a nice resolve. Like everything's fine in the end. We've figured it out. We've saved the world. This one, nah. End of the world.
And it is a twist in the movie
Kaput.
because, you know, you're traveling along with Tia Leone and you think that
Elijah Wood.
the politician just has shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely in the dark. Despite you're like, I don't know what Elijah Wood's doing. Why is he spending a lot of time talking about his little meteorite? I don't give a shit. Let's go back to the politician with shingles.
Get to higher ground. And
He's
like,
like
why?
that-
The fucking
yeah.
world's about to be obliterated.
Like that's Carrie from ER, and you're like, it's hard to feel sorry for her, and Tia Leone should screw her over.
It's an interesting theme. I must admit, not a lot of movies do come to my mind because in most cases there is the resolve, like we've saved the Earth. It's not actually the end of the Earth, but I tried to think of ones where it's actually, you know, the end of the
End of the world.
Yeah.
I liked ones that are kind of like, you know, the end of a world.
Okay. Yeah,
Like-
that's a good point.
So, you know, like a zombie apocalypse or something.
Yeah.
Like the world is still here. The world's, you know, generally speaking, going to be fine
Yep.
in terms of existence.
Yeah.
It's just not good for humanity.
Yeah, or a science fiction movie where they blow up a world.
They both the world. Like one that I had on my list is Children of Men.
Yeah, Children of Men's on mine, second on my list.
Yeah, it's just no kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
The
very
world is fine.
not to mention the resolve of that. You don't know if it's being
Yeah.
saved or not. It has the potential to be saved, but
Yeah.
will it?
I love the whole idea in that movie when they're watching the news as the movie goes on about how, you know, the oldest child, I guess, the last child born is like a celebrity and
Yeah.
he gets stabbed by someone. Like a John Lennon. He's a John Lennon type.
That's a really jarring movie. Like the only movie that comes close to it as far as the way you feel when you watch it was that Civil War, the recent one, where it's America at War, the Alex Garland movie.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Civil War. Sorry, I thought you said Silver, and I was like,
No, Civil War. That movie, when I watched it, all I could think of was Children of Men because it's the same kind of, you know, really dreary.
Nihilism.
Yeah,
The nihilism
it's a
of
hard. Both of them are a hard watch.
it. Which is, I guess, to me, similar to The Road. Like,
Yeah.
Like, take out the cannibal stuff.
yeah,
But just the, you know, when they're having those flashbacks to, I can't remember who plays Viggo Mortensen's wife. It's Charlize Theron, I think.
yeah, right.
Plays his wife, and they're just, you know, the nuclear, whatever it is, has washed over everything, and all the crops are dying, and there's just no food.
Yeah,
And they're just,
yes.
like,
I need to watch it again
know.
because you've mentioned it a few times on the show, and I only saw it at theatrical release and then once on home video.
I think it is one of the few films that I found genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
Like
Fair.
more than just movie terrifying. I remember it actually, like,
Conceptually.
as an adult, it had a lasting impact.
Well,
of
that's
fear.
That's testament to me.
Yeah,
You know, and
Yeah.
those movies, which they're end of the world movies, you know, and another one came way before them, 1959, On the Beach,
yeah.
I love On the Beach.
the Aussie one. Wow.
which was shot all down
Shot-
here. Like, in fact, it was shot right up the road from here, as well as down Frankston, and all of those landmarks are in the film. Like, they're actually in Frankston at the station, and
Yeah.
Gregory Peck and Anthony Perkins. It's because Australia is the last post on Earth that's outside the fallout range.
Yeah,
You know, after the nuclear apocalypse has happened.
yeah.
And so America relocates to Australia. No worries, mate, and all that kind of stuff. It's so weird, but it's a wonderful film.
And they're just like they're on the run from the nuclear cloud, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's gonna come eventually. It's just buying them time.
And they've all got the suicide pills.
Yeah, that's right. And there's that wonderful scene on the beach where they haven't really, this is how like misogynistic it is. They haven't quite told the women yet that the cloud's coming. So the husbands have to have that conversation with the wives.
Yeah, like because what they did was they just at work they just called all the men into a separate little office and went, now don't bother the little women, that's right. But the clouds are coming. So we're giving you these pills. They're one for you and one for the missus. But don't tell her. We don't want to panic.
Such a great film, though. Like, it is one of a kind.
Did you see the remake with Amanda Sante?
I did. That was also, shot down the Great Ocean Road, I think. Yeah, that was okay. Was it Brian Brown in that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. There's some great classic Aussie actors in there. I can't come up off the top of my head with any names.
Chips Rafferty or something.
Maybe,
like that.
no. More like a, what's his name, from
Noel
Crocodile
Ferrer
Dundee. John Million or whatever.
John Milius.
Yeah, John
Milius?
Million.
No, John Million.
Million. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's in it. People like that. Maybe even a very, very young Bud Tingwell. Yeah, that's sort of, I think, the kind of Aussie actors that are in it. But yeah, but I've got also jumping way ahead to the Alex Proyas film Knowing with Nicolas Cage. That's a banger movie.
Also shot here, right?
Yeah, that was shot in Melbourne too. Yeah. In fact, when that was shot in Melbourne, I went to IMAX to watch the midnight screening of U2's 3D concert, and Nicolas Cage walks in and sits right in front of me.
Wow.
Because I knew he was in Melbourne, but he did the whole wait till the audience settles, movie starts, and he'll just sneak in with his kids. And I'm like, wow, I didn't watch the movie. I stared at him. It was a real starstruck moment.
The whole movie is just like,
but knowing, like, I feel like he cops a bit of flack, but I think it's a wonderful movie. I love the concept. I love the conceit. I love all of it.
I've never seen it, but Dad has watched it.
Yeah.
And because the way Dad watches movies is he'll put it on, something shiny will flicker across his eye line, and then he'll be off. And so then he'll watch it again.
Okay.
And again. Like, he'll watch it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he ever actually finishes it, but I'll just happen to be walking past, in and out, going into the kitchen or something like that. So I've just seen bits of it, and it looked great. I kind of got sucked into it.
So good. I mean, there's something about that first viewing of that one if you don't know what the movie's about, because it's a slow reveal. But even after all these years, when you may know what the outcome of the movie is, at the same time, it's a fun journey.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mathematical stuff in there, and it is a little bit the whole thing of, like, if you live in Melbourne, clearly they're not where they're supposed to be. It looks like Melbourne. There's fucking trams in the background. Like,
there's sometimes that really, like, Mr. Nice Guy really ruined Mr. Nice Guy for me.
But all I ever think about when that happens is all these other cities where they film stuff.
Yeah, that's what I always think.
There's people in those cities that think the same thing, and we love those movies.
Yeah, like any American movie I've ever seen, I'm probably they're in the city going, that's not.
And Knowing had
this is clearly Toronto.
Knowing had Ben Mendelsohn just before he broke into America, and so his American accent's not quite there yet.
Yeah, right.
But he's still great in it. Anyway, that one.
I was thinking about some of the other kind of not natural disasters, but the one like Rain of Fire. Yeah. They uncover dragons. It's not really a natural disaster, but it still is an apocalypse level event.
You never know.
Greenland, of course. 28 Days Later.
I would have thought you'd have Miracle Mile on yours.
I do have Miracle Mile on mine, but it's not on this list.
Okay.
It's on something coming up.
Fair enough. Doesn't matter. We can talk about it on this one.
Yeah, we can. We certainly can. But it is on another one that's coming up later in the year.
Do you remember there was a movie from 2011 called Another Earth? That was a really interesting sci-fi where suddenly another Earth appears in the sky as if it's the moon, but it's actually a parallel universe.
Yeah, right.
And that's because ours is dying and that one's about to take it over. Take its place.
Wow.
That's a great one. It came at the same time as Lars von Trier's Melancholia, which is they were like brother-sister movies, those two. Yeah, I highly recommend Another Earth if you've never seen it. It's just...
Yeah, Melancholia is not a bad end of the world kind of one.
It's a great one.
They're basically... There's that, and there was that British one, which is it's like, not secrets, but it is that kind of... It's a similar thing. They're having a party. It's Christmas.
Yep.
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, Silent Night.
Is it Silent Night?
Yeah. Keira Knightley.
They're having the party.
And what's
the
his
kid
name?
doesn't know that.
What's his name for the studio? Matthew Good?
Matthew Good.
Yeah. That's a banger. Yeah. That's almost like Testament level, like grim,
Yeah. Yeah, they're all having a good time just trying to pretend that it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the end.
And the only other one I thought was worthy of a mention, the New Zealand film A Quiet Earth.
Or The Quiet Earth with Bruno Lawrence.
I do like those kind of Night of the Comet type.
Yeah, but that's the one where he wakes. It's the Omega Man. He wakes up and he's the last person standing. And
which that's Night of the Comet. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, totally. The one I was going to mention and talk about the most, which obviously I haven't, is This Is the End.
Yeah,
which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah,
celebrities in a house fighting over the last jerk off mag.
Oh, God, it's a great one, isn't it?
And it's basically a rapture movie, which is hilarious. But I like the idea that Emma Watson is not taken up with it. Like, it's only the arseholes are left, and yet so is
Michael Cera in that one.
He's so funny.
I miss those days of when James Franco was in that crowd.
Yeah,
they're not doing that anymore. That was a really good era. Pineapple Express and fire out. I miss it. Should we?
Seth Rogen ruined it all. Well, technically, I suppose Franco did.
They reckon Franco did, but I reckon it was Rogen.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon you don't stab your friends in the back like that.
Yeah, you don't.
Literally, yes, this behaviour is unacceptable, and you have like an intervention or a thing, and you
have your moment where you address it.
But you don't just
cast them away,
cut them off, and say, "I'm not friends with this person anymore." That's not going to help anything.
I actually wonder if they are behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe they. Yeah,
because I mean, you got Dave Franco doing big things now, and he's sort of in with that crowd because he's done a few things like Bad Neighbours with Seth Rogen,
and he hasn't cut his brother off.
No, so I'm just wondering if behind the scenes it's pretty hunky dory, and they've just come to an understanding that professionally we cannot be associated. Yeah. I'd be really fascinated to know what the dynamic is there.
Yeah, what's the real story?
Because Franco is making his little comeback. He's starting to. He's got a few upcoming roles that he's in, and
you should go back to the soaps. He was great as the villain in Santa Barbara.
He's just a really prolific director.
Santa Barbara.
He was directing so many things.
Yeah,
really interesting things. Anyway, maybe we should see what the Boneheads think.
Yeah.
Or do you have more?
No.
Okay, good.
Welcome to Bonehead Weekly Fun Size, and this week is about the end of the world.
Thank God, we know it.
Damn it.
Leonard Bernstein.
Every time I thought we were out, REM pulls me back in, which is actually the only REM song that I don't hate. Now,
Man on the Moon?
Man on the Moon?
Man on Me. Okay, they've got two songs I don't hate. Yay. Now, here's my pick for the end of the world movies. The Mist. Technically, The Mist has a little bit of a, I don't know, that's just one of the most downer endings of all time is The Mist. And I just love it. And you don't know where it came from. It just comes to text. I like the novella. Oh, Thomas Jane. Don't you all wish we got more movies with Thomas Jane? He's insanely talented.
I think you should say, should we get better movies with Thomas Jane? Because we still get plenty of movies with Thomas Jane.
We're going to get him.
True. I don't think Thomas Jane ever got the parts he deserved. How about that?
No, he's going to get one of the best parts
1922
ever.
Is another Stephen King adaptation. He's really good in that. So next.
He's going to get one of the best parts ever when he starts playing Leonard McCoy. I just hope he can be Carl Urban.
Next.
So the end of the world is literally in the title. I'm going with 2012's Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
I've never seen it.
Starring Steve Carell and Keira Knightley. I really enjoy it. So an asteroid is tumbling to the Earth. It's going to destroy everything. Everyone's going to die. And it's focused on Steve Carell, who is kind of a sad human being. And it's just...
Why would Steve Carell be so sad?
He decides to go on a road trip, and he ends up meeting Keira Knightley, and it's them going through the last days of Earth. And it has one of the best, it does have a seriously amazing ending to that film. So I highly recommend checking it out just for the ending, because it's perfect. So there you go.
By the way, I just wanted to add real quick. I know somebody that was an extra in that film, and they went and saw it, and they were like, "I thought since it had Steve Carell in it, it'd be a comedy."
Literally, they didn't get the sides for that day. James,
you know what? I'm going to go with one that I love the book, and I had a little bit of trouble getting to the movie. It took me a long time, and finally I watched it. And I still argue the book's better, but I still think The Road.
Road's a good movie. I've never read the book, but The Road's a good movie.
The book is bleaker than the movie. The book does a better job of just that exhaustion, that despair, that hopelessness throughout it, and what they encounter is so. I mean, Cormac McCarthy doesn't write happy. But I love The Road, and so and Viggo Mortensen's good in it. I don't. I will say I think he's perfectly cast as that character. They do some flashbacks that aren't in the book, but The Road is a again. It's not quite thinking a friend for the end of the world, which is also more about individuals than most apocalypse movies, where it's about spectacle. The Road is about a father and son at the end of the world.
This has been Bonehead Weekly Fun Size, cheering up Australia.
Oh, speaking of which, you think those Australians are looking forward to these final hours?
Bum bum bum.
Fire burn! Fire burn! Fire burn! Bigfoot fucking burn! Fire burn! Fire burn! Fire burn! Bigfoot fucking burn! Burn! Fire burn! Fire burn! Bigfoot fucking burn!
Well, it's that time of the show where we give away some free tickets to the movies. Eclipse Cinema in Collingwood, Melbourne is a boutique cinema that supports Good Movie Monday, and they've got free passes to give away to any session on their calendar whatsoever that takes your fancy. All you got to do is email us. Go to the goodmoviemonday.com, go to the Contact Us tab, and then send an email that way. And just let us know you want tickets. If you're the first person to do so, we will hook you up with Eclipse. They're a fantastic cinema. Like I said, you got to live in Melbourne or be visiting Melbourne, obviously, if you want to go. But you can take your pick of the movies on their calendar. They do private hire for the cinema. They've got VIP memberships. They've got an awesome little candy bar. It's a very, very cool place. We really appreciate their support. Eclipse-cinema.com. .au. Oh, you're back. Good to see you, Ben.
It's like I never left.
A moment ago, you're next to me. Now you're there. Interview time. Randal Kleiser. This was a random get for us, really. I just decided to reach out because Flight of the Navigator is turning 40. Thought, let's reach out, see if he will respond, and he did. And within like a week and a half to 2 weeks, we had him as an interview, and it was a fantastic chat. And not only did we talk about Flight of the Navigator, we talked about heaps. So
we talked about everything he's ever done, and more.
Yeah. So let's do that. Let's watch that, and then on with the show. And I'll catch you next week, actually, for real.
Yeah. Allez, on y va.
The Navigator. You are the Navigator and his crew are on the mission of a lifetime.
20,000 feet and falling.
Disney's Flight of the Navigator, rated PG.
Very, very nice of you to make time for us. Ben and I have been watching your movies for many years, so it feels like a bit of a privilege to be chatting.
Thank you.
And I think we reached out to you at just the right time because I had no idea you had this book that you'd written. So I'm going to just start talking about that. Drawing Directors, Volume 2. It's a fantastic read. And I mean, the title's pretty self-explanatory, but for our listeners, can you explain the book to them?
Sure. Over the last 40 years, I've been around other directors because I studied film and I went to lots of Q&As over the years. And then I got involved in the Directors Guild and became a member and went to board meetings and council meetings and stuff. So I was around directors all the time. And I picked up this technique in art school when I was very young, of blind contour drawing, which is where you look at a subject and you put your pen on the paper and you move your eye and the pen at the same time. And so you can draw people without them knowing you've drawn them. So I've done all that, I have 100 in each volume. I have about 100 directors. So there's 200 so far, and I have another volume that I'm working on. So 200 of the top directors, including people like Spielberg and George Lucas and Guillermo del Toro, and going back as far as Buster Keaton. I drew him as well. So, and George Cukor and Vincent Minnelli and all these people that I ran across over the years. So, and then I write about each one of them. So that's my kind of side hustle.
It's such a unique thing too. Like reading this is so much more engaging to me because it just feels so much more personal. Can you set the scene when you're doing these sketches? What's the atmosphere like? Are you on location in between takes observing, or is it in your own personal time?
Well, a lot of times it's the Q&A where they're on stage and I sit in the front row and I draw them that way. Or it could be at a party where I'm off in the corner and they're talking to somebody. The problem is that when you're doing this type of drawing, they have to be holding still to if they start moving around, you lose it. So there's usually about 20 drawings to get one. And you usually have to find them where they're seated or they're doing something where they're not moving. So that's been the trick all along.
Oh, it's fantastic. And the stories, do you have to really dig deep into your mind to recall some interactions you've had with them, or are you basing it off what's on stage in Q&As and things?
Well, usually I do have some. I mean, these are all people I respect and movies I've loved and or directors I've known and hung out with. So in each case, I write about my relationship to either their movies or them, or where I saw them or
Yeah.
what the thing was. So that's kind of like it's been fun over the years, and none of them knew that I was drawing them. None of them, and I haven't gotten any feedback yet from
There's some surprising subjects in there. You've got a couple of Aussies in this volume, Richard Franklin and Brian Trenchard Smith. It was nice to see those in there.
That's great. Yeah, those
Yeah,
are great guys. Well, I worked with Richard on the Blue Lagoon. He was the line producer on the Blue Lagoon,
that's right.
and yeah, so he was there. My dog is jumping up. Come on.
We always love a dog appearance on the show.
Hello.
What's
So,
what's that little one's name?
this is Jagger. Moves
Jagger. What
like
a name.
It's like Jagger.
It's got the moves like Jagger.
yeah.
An interesting thing I read in the book, both J.J. Abrams and John Landis commented that advice to young wannabe filmmakers is that if they've got iPhones, that they should just
Go
make
out
a
and do it.
movie. Yeah, do
Yeah.
you subscribe to that too? Do you feel the same way?
Well, sure I do, but now, of course, with AI, you don't even need a cell phone. You just need to type. I mean, it's just such a revolution right now. It's like mind-boggling, and I don't know, young people who coming up, I guess they're going to embrace it. They're going to try things and do stuff that we can't even imagine. I mean, when I was having lunch today with two other directors, and we were talking about how difficult it is in the current way to make a movie where you stage the actors and you light it, and if you finish a master shot, then you go in and turn around and you have to relight it and all that stuff. All that stuff is going to go out the window with this new technology. It's just incredible how fast and easy it's going to be to create content. Um, all the things that we struggled with are out the window.
I suppose too, AI will make it easy to fix problems as well.
Yes, sure it will. Yeah.
Um, so let's go backwards because the reason that we got in touch with you is Flight of the Navigator is turning 40
Right.
this year, which is certainly makes Ben and I feel old. I can't believe that much time's gone. What were the origins with you with the involvement in this movie? Were you on from the get go, or did you get brought into it?
Let's see. It was, I think, Producers Sales Organization, which was a international distribution company run by Mark Damon. I think they may have had the first draft of it, and they went to Disney to get financing, and Disney grabbed it. And I was somehow connected with Disney at the time. I don't know what I had done there, or maybe it might have been my first movie. I'm not sure if I did another movie for Disney. Anyhow, they knew me,
Hmm.
and so they put me on it. And so it was two different companies that were trying to influence the way the script and the movie was going to be made. Disney wanted a family movie, and Producer Sales Organization wanted an action film. So they were all fighting back and forth, and I was in the middle and being the referee. And I think that sort of pulled the movie in different directions. And by trying to uh, make everybody happy, I think we got a movie that was kind of cool. It had both the action and it had the family stuff.
Certainly did. It was a really good era for those sort of family-friendly sci-fis as well. You had like your Short Circuits and War Games and Daryl and Tron. Yeah, Explorers, absolutely. Yeah, I'm surprised that they'd wanted anything else. Like that seemed to be what the zeitgeist was at the time.
Well, an example would be like producers' sales organization. Mark Damon would say, "I want the government to try to shoot down the spaceship," and we have a whole sequence like that where they're trying to kill the spaceship. And Disney said no, and so Disney had the money, so they won on that argument. But there were things like, so it was going to be much more action oriented if Damon had his way. But I think, like I said, I think it was a good mixture.
Yeah, I mean, a moment ago you spoke about the advancement of AI technology. Going back to this film, the CGI was very groundbreaking, and you were sort of on the cusp of something new then as well. Were you very tech savvy at the time? I imagine it would have been a complicated process to shoot.
Well, my brother was involved in visual effects, and he was a pioneer, really. He was one of the very first visual effects artists ever. He worked on Tron, the original Tron movie, and had a visual effects company in New York. And I went to see him, and he showed me some stuff that I said, wow. He had one shot where it was for a Tide bottle, a bottle of Tide that turned into the United States. It morphed. I said, wow, that would be great if the spaceship could do that. And then I saw something in a book about science, about special effects, and said the future special effects will be image-based lighting. And I said, what's that? And it's taking a picture and wrapping it onto a wireframe and making it look like it's reflective. So we put those two things together for the first time, and that was the spaceship. And a year later, James Cameron used that technology for Terminator 2 when the guy, mirrored. So that's how that came about.
Because that must be a real fascinating process, because you're coming up with stuff that doesn't exist. Like, there's that psychology thing where you can't think of something that doesn't exist. But
it's exciting. It's kind of like when Spielberg came up with the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park that blew everybody away. You push the envelope and try to get stuff that hasn't been done. And that's why I think these young kids who are dealing with AI now are going to come up with stuff that we've never seen that's going to be mind-blowing as well.
Well, that's the thing, I think, for the detractors that are fearful of it, is they've not got the vision yet. Like, some of these people have a vision of what it could do as opposed to the problematic side of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
People get their back up when something new comes along and changes how things are done.
Did you guys, by any chance, see on my website the behind the scenes on the visual effects of Flight of the Navigator?
No, but I've watched the documentary that was done a couple of years ago. That's fantastic.
On there, yeah. It goes into it in great detail how we did everything.
Yeah,
because he is AI, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The ship is AI.
I guess so. Well,
yeah.
AI.
Alien.
It's not artificial. No, it wasn't artificial. It was us.
Well, it's funny. A few weeks ago, Ben and I were at the premiere of Project Hail Mary, and halfway through, Ben leans over to me and he says, "This is Flight of the Navigator."
I saw it the other night. I said, this looks familiar. The adult version of it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. The only thing missing is Paul Rubens.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's good, Paul. Good old Paul.
Can you talk about working with him? Talk about something from our childhood that's beloved. What kind of direction do you even give him? Do you tell him to lean into Pee-wee, or do you...
Well, the whole idea was that at first he's like an alien, and we did all kinds of processing to his voice to make him seem weird. And we had different languages he was saying when he was first talking to the kid, in all these different languages with a very deep voice and stuff. And it wasn't until the mind transfer happens and that he became more human that he put in the Pee-wee voice. I just let him go there. He just did improv a lot of that.
Was he actually capable of doing a normal voice? Because
yes, yeah. If you look at, there's a documentary on him called Pee-wee
as himself. I think Pee-wee as himself.
That's it. Yes, you're right. That's it. And there you can hear him talking normally.
Yeah. That is a fantastic.
Because when the ship starts talking at the start, I was watching it again last night, and I'm like, is it him, or did they get someone else in? Did you get someone else in to do the normal voice?
That was him with processing on his voice to make him lower it and scarier. You know?
And then
Yeah, go on.
there's that great little montage when he first reads the kid's brain of
Yeah.
of all the ads that I remember growing up. It's great.
Right.
Bit of a timestamp for you.
I'm looking behind you. I'm seeing all my movies. Do you remember
Yeah.
that, Paul?
Yes.
It's
Whenever.
always there, right? Not just for this.
No, this one. What an absolute
Oh,
banger. Grandview,
Mhm.
USA.
Yeah.
This is
Nobody-
this has made Ben's day because whenever we talk to somebody, he likes to display their films behind him. You're the first
Yeah.
person to actually catch them. So-
I just was hoping that you always had them there.
No. Well, Grandview USA, I've got on just about. I've got on VHS, Laserdisc, Blu-ray,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
DVD. I've got them.
fantastic.
I've got them all.
And I've got to say, like, I think I know you wrote it but not directed, but I've seen North Shore behind him before. He's had that up there before. So
That movie, we've been trying to do a sequel to that for many years, and we couldn't find our contracts to let us know if we could. And I just found them yesterday. They were mislabeled. So we're hoping that we can resurrect a sequel to that movie.
oh wow, you've heard it here,
Right.
folks. That's a scoop.
Right.
I heard that I read somewhere that Henry Thomas was once considered for a role in this movie. Was that true?
I believe so. I remember meeting him. I think he came to my house actually, but I don't know if it's for that movie or not. But I'm not sure. My mind's I don't. I know I met him once for something, but I'm not sure it was for Flight of the Navigator.
I was going to say, well, if that was the case, then we benefit from that because he came and made a film down here with Brian Trenchard Smith called Frog Dreaming or The Quest
Oh, right.
at
Yeah,
the same
good.
time, which
Same time.
you referenced that in your book, which was great because that was a lost film for a very, very long time down here.
Well, I knew Brian from being around the Directors Guild. I had no idea about his background, and then I found out that he is the Ozploitation king,
Yeah.
and Quentin Tarantino is a big fan of his and could
Yep.
quote lines from his movies.
Yeah, some great stuff in the 70s for sure and the 80s.
Uh,
Another thing that I was really surprised to learn about Flight of the Navigator, I only realised it recently, was that Phil Jean was one of the co-writers on this, and I think I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yeah.
I've known about like his work for years, but I had no idea he was involved in this, and he used an alias. Do you know why he did that?
I don't know why he did that. It'd be great to ask him. I guess he wanted to keep the movies that he was, in charge of as a separate issue from something that he simply worked on
Yeah,
and contributed to. I think he wanted to keep his brand name as separate, maybe.
yeah, interesting. I'm going to try and get him on the show, Ben. We can ask him that.
And Paul Rubens, by the way, as you probably know, did not use his name in Flight of the Navigator. He used the name Paul Mall
Yes.
for some reason. I guess he didn't want people to know that it was him. Although once you heard him laugh, you knew it was people.
I guess if he'd given his name to it, maybe the studio would have lent into that for the poster and maybe distracted
maybe.
from the movie.
It's probably better the way it went. Yeah.
I reckon too. Because we've got you here, I hope you don't mind if I just pivot and do a bit of pinball questions about other films that you've done.
All right.
I've recently discussed on our show how much I love those Jack London stories, and I think White Fang is probably the best adaptation of all of them.
Thank you.
Was that a hellish film to shoot? Because I watched it again last night with my wife, and it looked like it would have been hell on earth to make that movie.
Well, it was really difficult, but it was so rewarding because I read the book and it was very hard to figure out how do you make a book out of a story where it's from the wolf's point of view,
Yep.
So what we did was we invented the character of Jack, which is based on Jack London, going to the Gold Rush territory, which Jack London did, and we went to the places that he would have seen and created moments that he would have seen that he could write about in his books. Like at the very beginning, there's a scene where when he first gets there, they're lowering a big a box with a Saint Bernard in it.
Yep.
And that was Saint Bernard from Call of the Wild, So a lot of little Easter eggs throughout that sort of showed Jack London where he got his ideas.
That's beautiful. Jack London actually travelled to Australia and wrote a book down here. So I'm hoping one day that sees the light of day as well.
He wrote a lot of South Seas movies, scripts too,
Yeah.
stories. I've been trying to track him down and read him because, he's a good writer, and I love to do another South Seas movie. I love shooting there.
Yeah, I imagine White Fang and Blue Lagoon may be the most logistically difficult movies to make. Would that be true?
Yes, we used an all Australian crew for Blue Lagoon.
Well, then that's tricky.
Well, when we went there, when I interviewed the crew, I asked them if they ever went camping, and if they said yes, they got the part, or they got the position, because we didn't have any room service or anything like. We had it was we shot on an island without roads or electricity or water even, so we had to bring that all in, and it was like a big camping trip, and everyone was living in tents, and I don't think there'd ever be a movie made like that again. It was like so weird that we just camped out and did the movie.
And did it well because now thanks to movies like Triangle of Sadness and that Send Help, all of the islands now you just pan to the left slightly and there are 5-star resorts.
Right. Well, this one was definitely a very primitive situation, and I think it shows in the movie. You can sort of get the feeling that that's an isolated place.
You can really
work with Peter Ustinov in that film.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? What was that experience like?
What was that?
Oh, you got to work with Peter Ustinov in.
Actually, it was Leo McKern.
Oh, Leo McKern.
Yeah.
Who I always get those two mixed up.
I think, wasn't he from Australia, Leo McKern?
No, he was British.
He's British, but he did a couple of movies here. He was
right.
Although was Gus Mercurio, I think, was in it. Or was he in part 2? He was in one of those. Yeah.
He's definitely Australian. And Alan Hopgood is also Australian.
Yeah.
Brought some people in from Australia. But Leo McKern was in The Day the Earth Caught Fire, which I loved that movie. And he's also in Ryan's Daughter, David Lean's movie, Ryan's Daughter.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
He's always just been Rumpole Bailey.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
and William Daniels was great to work with too. William Daniels, who was in The Graduate. He played the father in The Graduate. He played the uncle.
Yeah, he's what was his other? He was in, is it Boy Meets World or something like that? He was in that TV show for years, and I remember, not realizing, and then watching The Graduate again and going, "Oh my god!"
You mean these people have histories?
Yeah. He had such a great Boston accent. I got him because of that. So they're supposed to be going from Boston to San Francisco when they get swept away.
Another movie of yours, which I think is drastically underrated. I don't know if you would agree, but Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Just because of the story behind it. It was originally a standalone movie. You came in and replaced the director. That takes me back to your book because you actually did draw the original director in your book, Jeremiah Chechik.
Right. I see him occasionally still.
Was that an awkward position to be in, to step in and replace a fired director?
No, because he had a vision that was going to be too expensive for the studio.
Okay.
And so basically, they brought me in to get control of the budget, and they knew that I know how to do tricks for budgeting. And so, I took the set that Jeremiah designed and I cut it in half and said I'll only shoot this side. And he had like 20 ice cream trucks leading the kid out of Vegas, and I changed it into one. Simple things like that brought the budget down so it could be shot.
Was the movie still attached to the franchise when you came into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what convinced me, I didn't want to do a sequel to another film, but what convinced me is Jeffrey Katzenberg had sent a crew to Vegas and shot all these people running through the streets, and they comped in the baby like Godzilla walking behind them. And I saw that, I thought, wow, this looks fun. And it was the idea of being able to do special effects, which I love special effects.
Given how colossal the first movie was, like it was a huge deal at the time, why were Disney so sort of worried about the budget? Like I would have thought that maybe they'd sort of go all in and try and make an even bigger box office hit.
No studio ever says take all the time and money you want. I don't think that way. But it was really exciting because when we shot with the baby in the streets of Vegas, we had these giant cranes with giant shoes, huge. They were as big as a bus. Each shoe was as big as a bus, and we were using cranes to walk down the street, and with thousands of extras, and that would never happen today. It would all kind of big production that Disney kind of did for real without effects. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I did want to ask because I did watch Grandview USA again, which I love, but I completely forgot that that John and Joan Cusack are in it, in just the like tiny parts, kind of bits in the background. But can you tell when you work with people, even when they're just background artists, is there an inkling that they're going to be huge one day?
Well, yeah, I mean, Joan, for instance, I felt really bad because we did a scene in there that we had to cut for time. And we shot a scene where she's in the swimming pool with C. Thomas Howell, and they have a whole dialogue scene. And it was a freezing cold night, and everyone's shivering and stuff. And it turned out to be out of focus. So we had to go back and shoot it the second time, and then we dropped it. So Joan was not happy, and I feel bad about that. But her brother was I could tell that he had so much going on because he would just throw all kinds of lines and ideas and stuff. I could see that he was going to go places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's like Sarah Jessica Parker in
Flight of
the Navigator, and there's all these I mean, that's the fun of movies. It really is. You get to watch these things and you see people just starting out in their careers, and you're like, I wonder if they knew at the time how big they were going to be.
When I produced North Shore, an actor came in. And I saw him and I thought he's fantastic. And I said, man, there's nothing in this movie for you. But the next movie I do, I'm going to send you the script and you pick out a part. And that's what happened. The next movie I did was Big Top Pee-wee. I sent this actor the script and he picked out the part of the dog face boy. And it was
Benicio del Toro. Yes. Because I always think back, Big Top Pee-wee and Living Daylights, I think it was. He was in that, or License to Kill, one or the other, before he exploded onto the scene. That is a great story.
Yeah.
His whole career, though, was...
And the funny thing is, he picked the dog face boy to play, and then years later, he played the Wolfman.
Yeah. Which was directed by the director of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Was it? Oh,
yeah, Joe Johnson.
I did not put that together. Wow.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Ben?
I was just going to say that it's just amazing that his career kind of launched because, Give Me the Keys, that one iconic line that made it into the trailer.
Wonderful actor.
Yeah.
Of course.
So funny in the last movie. That is so funny. And all the thing about the battles.
One battle after another. Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So good, yeah. Of course, we've got you here. We can't ignore Grease, so you're probably sick of talking about Grease. It's defined your career, that's for sure. As kids of that era, like, we all grew up singing the songs and knowing the lyrics. So you, sir, are responsible for all of us kids singing about chicks creaming, pussy wagons, and getting lots of tit. We had no idea what we were singing at the time.
Most parents didn't know their kids were singing that.
Like, I remember like watching it in primary school when we'd go to camp and you in the bus and they would put Grease on, and we're like 6, 7, 8 years old, singing along to Grease, having a great time. And then when you're older and you're like, hang on a second, this movie is all about premarital sex.
Now, when you were singing as a 6-year-old, were you singing the lyrics? That ain't no shit, we'll be getting lots of tit.
Yeah, we knew shit, but we didn't know the rest of it. And our parents didn't seem to care either.
They didn't pick up on it, probably.
But I can't think of a movie where it's a better example of a director coming in and making some substantial changes from the source material like you did. Because, I mean, was it the T-Birds were originally called the Burger Palace Boys, I think.
Right.
And was it you that made those sort of changes? And
I don't remember how that came about, but I do remember an interesting story, which is when we were shooting the You're the One That I Want. It was at a carnival, and we showed up that day at the set at a football field at John Marshall High School in East LA. We looked around, Pat Birch and I, for a place to shoot You're the One That I Want, and we saw that attraction. It was called the Shake Shack. We went in there and we figured out how to shoot it in that day. We just made it up that day. And then later, the company took that name and made it into a worldwide restaurant. Shake Shacks are everywhere, and that's from just because we looked over and saw that thing.
I had no
It
idea.
wasn't planned at all.
The last time I
was thinking I should be getting some free hamburgers from
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. The last time I had a Shake Shack was in Cannes.
Yeah.
At the Cannes Film Festival, there's a Shake Shack there.
There you go.
You've influenced Cannes.
It's everywhere. London,
Yeah.
Cannes, all over America. Yeah.
You mentioned Patricia Birch just a moment ago. Something that I found wonderful and fascinating was I saw on YouTube a little miniature documentary where you attended an anniversary screening of Grease 2. Very few directors, I reckon, would rock up to a sequel of one of their films. What are your thoughts on that movie?
Well, I thought the opening sequence the choreography was great. I loved Cool Rider, the song that Michelle, what's her last name?
Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Pfeiffer. Cool Rider. I like Cool Rider. And watching it was like kind of going back to high school because I was seeing all the same people that I had worked with. Eve Arden and the T-Birds and the girl and let's see, Frenchie and Barry and all those people. So it was kind of like nostalgic watching.
Was that a film when it came along you were offered?
No, I was working on the Blue Lagoon, which was
right.
something I really was passionate about and wanted to do, and I was able to launch it because of Grease.
Yeah.
Is there a different set of skills that are required when you're directing a musical like Grease, with the songs and the?
Luckily, I had Pat because she of course did the choreography of the original stage play, so I had her, and then I had a lot of the actors who were in the show. And so they knew where the laughs were and the pacing and everything. So that made it a lot easier. And I had the cinematographer of The Conversation and Jaws, Bill Butler. And he had been around doing all kinds of movies. So I was surrounded by really top people. And Alan Carr had a really strong vision of the whole commerciality of it and making it less arch and more commercial, setting it in Southern California instead of Chicago, and making it kind of like more colorful and upbeat.
Yeah.
So that all came together really well.
I am also curious. It has this phenomenal kind of opening animated sequence for the credits. Is that something that you came up with, or is that pitched to you? How do these kind of opening sequences come about?
Well, we had a whole thing that we were going to shoot, showing all the kids getting ready to go to school. And it just turned out that I think Alan Carr came up with the idea of why don't we do an animated opening? And so I was glad we did it because at the beginning it's an animated opening, and at the end the car flies off into the sunset. So it lets you know that this is not supposed to be a documentary.
It's fantasy at both ends.
But then, I think it's Frankie Valli singing it, right? At the thing. It was for the film, right? Wasn't it? It was actually. It wasn't like
Sure. It was written by the Bee Gee guy.
Gibbs.
Oh, Barry Gibbs.
Yeah.
Barry Gibb wrote it, and Frankie Valli sang it. Yeah.
I'm constantly the Bee Gees. The fact that they've written these huge hits for other people, it constantly every time one pops up, you're like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
They're giving away gold.
Distinctive sound they had. Yeah.
We have a knack for bringing things right back down under, Ben.
We also have a knack for claiming. I love claiming people who are born in either America or the UK, but then moved over when they're young, and they're like, no, Australian.
They're Aussie.
We'll take it.
Yes,
Mel Gibson, Australian. Nicole Kidman.
Great actors from Australia. Kate Blanchett. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Other than the Blue Lagoon, have you ever made another film down here?
In Australia, near Australia? No, I would love to. I was going to do one called Vanilla Gorilla. Never got off the ground.
That's a great name.
Australia, yeah. It was about an albino gorilla and a little girl, but never happened.
Well, that sounds amazing.
That's great. Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that we love. just to bring it back before we let you run, don't want to take up too much more of your time. I wanted to bring it back to Flight of the Navigator one final time. Was there ever talk about doing a sequel to that one? Because legacy sequels are all the rage right now.
Yeah. I think there's been so many scripts written that never got off the ground. The last one was supposed to be directed by Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yep.
I ran into her and she said, "Oh, you did the original? Wow, I'm doing the new one." Well, that was about a year ago, so I don't know what's happening. They don't seem to be able to pull together the script. But are you guys aware of Life After the Navigator?
Yes,
The
I've seen it.
yes.
Because the boy who played the star of the movie, the young boy, got into drugs, robbed a bank, and we made a movie about him. So
yeah, Joey Kramer, wasn't it?
Joey Kramer, yes. He really got into drugs and then wanted to get off them, and the only place he could find a place to get off them was in a prison. So he robbed a bank to get into prison.
But it was very much like a community prison, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
yes.
It's a fantastic story. A great story of redemption too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Alrighty. We will let you run. We do appreciate your time, and I want to just tell everybody, remind them to go and get a copy of the book, because Drawing Directors Volume 2, it's on your website, randalkleiser.com, and the original one, I have to go back and read the first one now, because I haven't read that one yet.
Oh, great, yes. Well, Glenn and Ben, nice talking to you guys. You're great interviews, and I'm glad that you have seen my films and enjoy them.
Love them. Thank you, sir.
Top 5. That's it's a Kevin Pike show reference there. Top 5 80s. That's such a weird thing to do.
Yes.
But I sung in the last segment, so I'm going to sing in this one.
All right.
Top 5 80s sex comedies, Glenn. I feel like this category was made for me.
American Top 6 Comedies.
I'm
Casey Kasem, and these are your sex comedies coming at you now.
And I'm JC Kasem.
What did I say?
Dad, Casey Kasem. No, yeah, it's Casey Kasem and his son Jay. That's my favorite never aired SNL sketch with what's his name, Barry.
Oh yeah. I know who you mean. I can't think of it. Fucking.
Whatever that guy's name is, but he does this.
Bill Hader. No.
Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Bill Hader, and he was talking about it on some podcast where he played. It was, I can't remember. Was it Dana Carvey was the guest or whatever? And Dana Carvey played Casey Kasem, and Bill Hader was JC Kasem, his son. Yeah, he goes and he breaks into his house in the middle of the night. I will call you. Dad, it's me, your son. You're always asking me when was I going to leave? When was I going to get a job? And what are the top 5 hits from 1960?
We're really showing our age.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It's 80 sex comedies we're talking about.
I got to say that I feel like it was kind of around the time that Letterman, we started getting Letterman on TV.
Yeah.
And I was into the whole idea of America.
Yep.
And I think it was Fox FM on a Saturday night. They had the Casey Kasem top 40.
I used to listen every week.
And I was like, this is just like in the movies.
Yeah. When we actually listen to radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made me now all of this just makes me want to watch Pump Up the Volume again.
Oh God, yes. I mean, this is a topic made for you, mate. 80 sex comedies. Let's go from number 5 backwards to number 1.
Let's do it.
All right, so you go first.
All right, number 5 for me, Fraternity Vacation. And I know what you're saying, Glenn. How dare you start with such a banger at number 5?
But they're all bangers.
They only get better.
Yeah, I mean, I was always disappointed that Fraternity Vacation wasn't one of the National Lampoon's vacations. It should have been.
It should have been. With the cast it has.
Yeah.
And what the cast would go on to do.
But it could have been a Griswold movie. It could be a Rusty story.
That could have been, and Clark slipping a money to...
Remember the remake was like, you're never too old to give your old man a rim job. Well, my number 5 is Night Shift, 1982. I think I can class it as a sex comedy because they set up the mortuary to be a brothel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Ron... That's Michael Caine at his most frenetic.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael Caine.
Ron Howard directing. I'd like to see Michael Caine in it.
I've got a girl in that... I got a girl in the morgue. And I've gone there and these shows.
It's been a long time since I've watched it, but when I was going through this list, I'm like, how can I not put it there? Because I used to watch it just fanatically.
Look, to be honest with you, for some reason, and I know looking at it now, it is totally 80s sex comedies, but in my head, it was 80s teen sex comedies. So that's why it's not on my list.
Okay. Yep.
But yeah, it is a banger.
All right, number 4.
Number 4, The All-Nighter.
I haven't seen that one.
Well,
I have to. I have to now.
What it's missing is nudity.
Oh.
But what it has...
Okay.
What it has is Susanna Hoffs from The Bangles, directed by Susanna Hoffs' mother, Joan Cusack, Dee Dee Pfeiffer, John Tulersky is in it. Susanna Hoffs dances around in her underpants for a good 5 minutes.
You lost me. It has no nudity, and then you had me at Dee Dee Pfeiffer.
And Dee Dee Pfeiffer. We just had Monsterfest weekend. We just played Vamp. But we'll be playing Vamp in. No, we just played Vamp.
Yeah.
And Dee Dee Pfeiffer pops up in that. And look, I'll give it to Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer is gorgeous. But Michelle Pfeiffer, when you kind of look at her when she was really young, you're like, you are like
Dee Dee adjacent.
Well, no, I would say she's like a Vogue model good looking.
Yeah.
Whereas Dee Dee Pfeiffer is the girl next door good looking.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But so good looking.
Yep. Did she pass away? She's still around?
No, she's still around.
I haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah. I don't know if she's still working, but she's definitely still alive.
Need to do a little bit of a deep dive into what she's up to, and maybe I've been watching her and not realised.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 4 is Bachelor Party, 1984.
What a banger.
Fantastic. This is the precursor to The Hangover and all those sort of movies. Tom Hanks at his peak comedy best.
Yeah.
I love Tom Hanks' 80s comedy. I wish he'd go back to that kind of style of comedy. It would be great because he's still got the voice. It's the same voice, right?
Yeah.
And I introduced my kids to Bachelor Party when they were probably only like 8 and
as they should
12,
be.
whatever. Like they were young, and it left such an impression. The one scene, and it's not the donkey, the one scene that really stuck with them was the bare ass in the sunroof.
Oh, okay. I thought because every time I see Sean, he says, "Are you kidding? Look at my tits." I thought you were going to say it was that scene.
No. Sean, the young boy I put on stage, was Kitty Never Dad. At the luau.
Kind of spoiled him for tits for the rest of his life, really.
Right, really, yeah.
But scared him of them.
I mean, if that doesn't turn someone gay, like, I don't know what would.
But it's Monique Gabrielle's tits.
Yeah.
I'll put that out there.
Excellent. All right, number 2.
I don't know who any of the supporting cast members are, but I know it's Monique Gabrielle's
The dude from
tits.
Grease too. What's his name? I can't remember.
Christopher McDonald?
No, he plays the lead.
Maxwell Caulfield.
No, the lead T-Bird in it.
Oh, not the... Because, Maxwell Caulfield is the lead.
Yeah.
Lead.
No, let's have a look. I want to get it right.
It's not Kaniki. That's in the original Grease.
No, but the Kaniki adjacent. Hang on. Bachelor Party. No, not number 2 with Harlan Williams.
Or Buford's Beach House Party.
Adrian Zmed.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. God, that's a fun movie. Anyhow, that's
so good.
That's it. Yeah.
For me, number 3, Private School.
Probably
with Phoebe Cates.
Oh yes,
which I think I believe in America is called Private School for Girls.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates.
But
too.
It's her and Kathy Willoit, I think, turns up, and Betsy Russell from Avenging Angel, and Cheerleader Camp, and Tomboy, and a bunch of other great films. But look, Sylvia Christel pops up in it. It's great.
Speaking of Phoebe Cates, I really contemplated putting Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but it's not quite a sex comedy. It's more of a coming of age.
I've got it in my honourable mentions.
Okay, so we can class it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, look, that Phoebe Cates, the
it's all about sex. It's just not quite a baldy sort of screwball.
The Jennifer
comedy.
Jason Leigh stuff. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my number 3 is Fraternity Vacation, so we can move on to your number 2.
Well, my number 2 is Bachelor Party.
Okay.
So,
well, then my
number 1.
No, I'm not to number 2.
Oh, you're
now.
number 2. Oh.
Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds. 1984, that first one, it is just... that mathematical equation, we've just calculated there's, 200 women at this university, which makes them 400 boobs. And you got James Cromwell as the dad driving them there to college.
And he returns for the sequel?
No, he returns for number 4.
He drives them to the airport.
I don't remember him in number 2.
In Revenge of the Nerds. He drives them to the airport when they're leaving.
He was in that. Okay.
He's only in it for like 2 minutes.
So then he's in 3 of them because he comes back for number 4 where one of them has a baby and he holds it in the air and says, "Behold, the nerd child." Need to revisit those, hey. And John Goodman's in the first one. He's the coach.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look, it's a banger. Funnily enough, it's been so long since I've seen Revenge of the Nerds that what I really remember about it is the American Splendor bit where the Paul Giamatti and I can't remember who the guy's playing his friend in it, but they do that. Why do you want to get his friend just trying to drag him along to see Revenge of the Nerds? He's like, why do you want to go to see this movie for? And he's like, the movie is about nerds. And I don't know if you know this, Harvey, but I am a nerd. And there's people in the movie, at the end of the movie, the main character says, "I am a nerd," and everyone in the audience goes, "Yes." Fuck, that's funny.
We got Bush. That's why I went.
And then there's that cut scene where they show Harvey. They show Paul Giamatti and the guy playing his best friend at the craft services table watching the real Harvey Picar and his best friend and just pissing themselves laughing because they're exactly like that.
So great. I
really need to watch American Splendor again.
Bloody oath. That's a great one, yeah. All right. What are you up to, number 1?
Number 1. So for me, it is Bikini Shop, a.k.a. Malibu Bikini Shop.
I didn't see that coming.
No?
No. Number 1.
Number 1. For me, this is the go-to teen sex comedy. I remember it giving me an instant boner. I didn't know what voyeurism was. I didn't understand the concept of voyeurism.
Yep.
But when they go behind, when that guy installs Bruce Greenwood, I think, installs the 2-way mirrors in the change rooms, I remember thinking, this is the greatest idea, the greatest movie of all time. And I hadn't even got up to the part with the bikinis that dissolve in water. Bruce Greenwood, Galen Gorge is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It was a staple of late night TV, and I watched it every time it came on. 90% of the time, I watched it with the volume off, so my parents didn't bust me for watching it.
Yep.
But it's my number 1 sex
All right.
comedy.
Well, my number 1, I feel like it wasn't the first teen sex comedy, but I feel like it's the poster child, if not like the template for what was to follow, and that's Porky's. 100% Porky's. It's just a wonderful movie. It's a coming-of-age movie as well as being a sex comedy, and it's got a lot of heart. That's what I like about it the most. The story is relatable if you've been an adolescent teenager.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing. Adolescent teenager. If you've been a teenager and
I've been a middle-aged adolescent.
Yeah, that's right. If you've been a pervy boy, let's just say, because that is what it's all about, right?
Look, I tell you, Porky's didn't make my list, and I'll tell you, there's only one reason. Because when you watch it with the volume off at 10 o'clock at night, it's too long between nudity scenes. So I never developed it'd be like, or I would tape it off TV, and there'd be so much fast forwarding going, did I miss the nudity?
But there's so many good gags in the dialogue.
Yeah. Like, I just didn't see any of that because all I was watching it for was for the tits.
Yeah. It's Bob Clark, right? Bob Clark was a fantastic filmmaker. Someone's dog needs to be fed because his alarm's going off.
It's his medication.
Medication time.
It's much more serious than just food.
So let's go through some honourable mentions. I'll just prattle off mine and you prattle off yours.
Yeah.
I did Blame It on Rio because as a kid that was the go-to for me for tits. Like watched that over and over.
She was underage in that.
Okay, well, don't tell me that.
Had to get signed off by her parents. By underage, I mean, I think she was 17.
She was almost 18.
The same as Thora Birch in American Beauty.
Yeah, okay. Loverboy, the Patrick Dempsey movie. God, he was getting around in the 80s with all these because he did Meatballs 3 as well. That was a sex comedy.
It's like all of those, that Patrick Dempsey era.
Yeah.
Can't Buy Me Love, all of that sort of stuff. It's so hard to believe that he grew up to become McDreamy.
Yeah, that's right. He's the handsome lead in all these things now.
But it was also unbelievable in Loverboy where he's like, come on, man. This guy's... Why? Well, I don't get it.
I loved these movies as a teenager. Zapped, and a couple of joysticks as well, and like Hamburger the movie. But the ones I wanted to sort of end on were those trauma ones before they became like an exploitation...
Stewardess.
Or not exploitation. Before they became a schlocky thing. They had
Squeeze.
The First Turn On, Squeeze Play, and Stuck on You were the main ones.
Yeah.
Wonderful movies.
I've actually never seen them, despite having the box set on DVD for decades.
They're great. They are really good. I think, who was it? Was it John G. Avildsen, the director of Karate Kid, did one of them. I think Lloyd Kaufman directed one of them.
Was because Lloyd Kaufman didn't John G. Avildsen do Saturday Night Fever?
Yes, and
Lloyd Kaufman was the location manager.
Yeah, and was in it. Same with Rocky. Yeah. So just John Badham did Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, was it John Badham? But I still think he was the location.
But he was the location. Yeah, he was. Anyway, they are my runners up.
So my Fast Times at Ridgemont High we've already talked about. Risky Business.
Yes.
Like I loved Risky Business.
It's great. And not a lot of nudity in that one.
No, and it's funny because I think what was the other one? What's the other one that Tom Cruise did?
All the Right Moves?
No. That is also a great movie, and Leah Thompson gets naked in it, so it passes. And a guy lifts up a desk with his erection, so it definitely does count as a. The one it's like a road trip movie. It's like Corvette Summer, but it's not Corvette Summer. The one you mean. But it's Tom Cruise, a very early Tom Cruise role, which I feel like led to Risky Business, which kind of led to him being a huge star instead of
Outsiders too. That sort of
yeah. Hots.
Oh yeah.
HOTS, aka in America it was called TNA Academy, which is a much better title. And School Spirit, which I think I've talked about a couple of times on this show.
That's a good one.
Larry Linville from MASH is in it. Marta Kober, anything with Marta Kober in it, I will watch.
Yeah.
But it's the guy turns invisible, puts his hand behind his head, does all this stuff. The first thing he does when he finds out he's invisible, but he's like it because he's a ghost basically. Is he goes into the women's showers.
Isn't it funny how like a lot of these 80s sex comedies, they got to the point where it had all been done before, so then they jumped the shark and went supernatural. Yeah. And same with Meatballs 3, because Sally Kellerman comes back as an angel that can only get her wings if she helps Patrick Dempsey get laid. It's so batshit crazy.
A legitimate reason to...
If you've seen Meatballs 1 and 2, they are misunderstood as sex comedies, which they're not. They're not.
They're the holiday camp movie, yeah.
But I think that Meatballs 3 did that. Like, it was the sex comedy, so moving forward, everyone just associated the franchise with sex.
But didn't they? And then they brought in Corey Feldman, didn't they?
The number 4, which was just called, like, Summer Camp or something, and they couldn't sell it in the market, so they just put Meatballs 4 on the cover. Anyway, Last Resort, I think it was called, or maybe they made that afterwards. But yeah,
there's a Last Resort.
No, Last Resort was him and Corey Haim as well. That was like made in the same era.
I thought Last Resort was one with Johnny Depp and Rob Morrow and Hector Elizondo and Callahan from Police Academy.
There's a couple of Last Resorts. Go to 1986. That one is definitely Charles Grodin and John Lovitz. That was great. That one I watched that about a year ago.
No, Private Resort is the one I'm thinking of with Johnny Depp.
Okay, hang on. Corey Haim, Corey Feldman movies. What's this one? Last Resort. National Lampoon's Last Resort. There you go. Look at the fucking hell. Like were they tryhards or what?
especially Haim.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
God.
Feldman.
No,
sorry.
both.
Fame.
Both. I've been enjoying seeing Corey Feldman coming down to a little bit of normality with his tour of Stand By Me with Jerry O'Connell and Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Because they have grounded him a little bit, and they're not letting him be the Corey Feldman that Corey Feldman wants to be.
Did they all get together and just say no Kiefer Sutherland? I was reading one of those, that how Facebook now is just full of nothing but like Daily Mail. They put the picture in the headline, and then there's a link to the website to read the story, and it's Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about how Kiefer Sutherland was literally the worst person in the world that he had to deal with on 24.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And he basically quit acting afterwards. He's like, I don't want to deal with these assholes.
I can imagine. And they're talking about bringing it back. Anyway, that's a digression. What we haven't discussed, obviously we're pre-recording this because you're currently in Europe, but we haven't discussed how to end the show because normally we would just flow into the end after this.
Yeah.
Should we end it now?
Let's just end it now and see, and maybe on the day we'll come up with something fancier. I
just haven't created a cut point there.
Yeah.
We may as well just end it now, save ourselves time in the future.
Let's just end it.
All right, so thanks for watching. Go to goodmoviemonday.com and you know what to do. Go to our socials, give us a like, a subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. Buy some merch, chip in, help support the show. Anything you want out. I hope you're enjoying Europe.
Yeah. I'm gonna go now and jump on the Eiffel Tower. Or jump off the Eiffel Tower. If you don't donate at least $5, I'm gonna jump off the Eiffel Tower.
There's a National Lampoon's moment in there.
Yeah.
It's the dog that jumps off.
That jumps off, yeah. I'm more the National Lampoon's subscribe to our podcast or the dog gets it.
That's on our page.
It's on our page.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.